In a week where the game's leading Indigenous players took a stance against the national anthem and Greg Inglis was honored for his state of origin achievements, Inglis' family has been racially vilified by trolls. Police and the NRL Integrity Unit have been dealing with the vile, racist attacks on Inglis' 5-year-old son. Sally Inglis revealed the racist remarks on her Instagram page. They appeared after she posted a comment to celebrate her son's birthday. "We won't repeat what was written because it is disgraceful, and repeating it only encourages these morons to continue with their shameful behavior." The comments continued to the point where Sally took the matter to the police. The NRL and Rabbitohs football manager Shane Richardson have been assisting her. "Greg and I made the decision many years ago that ignoring racism is accepting it," Sally said. "So I posted something. We want our kids to know that we took a stand for them and that it's important to stand up to racism." The comments got quite weird, so I talked to police. They're checking on me and the kids. They suggested that I put my page on private, but that is giving in. I don't want to do that, nor does Greg. That means that others who want to go down the same path with me, Greg or someone else, may think twice about doing it. Sally, who has separated from Greg, didn't see the video tribute put together for Greg on Origin night, but she did attend the Origin game with the Hodges family. Greg and Justin Hodges are best mates. Sally also gave an insight into the process that Greg is going through. He is in a rehabilitation facility as he fights a variety of issues, which culminated in Souths fearing for his safety. During the NRL's Magic Round in Brisbane, he was quite lost and seemed that way for a while, Sally said. "I was worried about him and I'm really happy that he is getting help. It's what he needs to move forwards. It's a brave step and I'm proud of what he is doing. I have not had any in-depth discussions with him since he has been getting help, but he is calling the kids, and the brief chats I've had he seems to be a lot happier than he was." Within 12 hours of the NSW's frustrating loss to Queensland on Wednesday night in Origin night, Blues advisor Greg Alexander was approached by Mark Stevens, a hypnotist who has worked with Cronulla and tennis great Leighton Hewitt. "I was there when the approach was made." Stevens was also seen talking to Blues players at the team hotel. It comes hot on the heels of the Queensland players working with a coach whisperer, Bradley Charles Stubbs. "My wife told me about Queensland using someone," Stevens said. "Look, I would love to work with NSW. I think they would see an instant difference. The hypnosis and the meditation that would have a positive effect, and it would help the side cope with situations of stress. I'd work with the side because I'd like to help them out. I don't want a fee at all. I just want to see the Blues do better. At this level the players are all even and it can come down to a mental edge, and that's where I think I can help." Stevens is a master practitioner of hypnosis and an accredited trainer of neurolinguistics. Roosters coach Trent Robinson appears to be amiable and approachable, but he doesn't suffer fools or want a bad element in his club. Despite a post-Origin blitz on the character and ability of star center Latrell Mitchell, Robinson is sticking solid behind his man. And not purely because of Mitchell's obvious talent. Robinson will tell you it is because Mitchell is a thoroughly decent young man. It's why Robinson will work on Mitchell the man more than Mitchell the footy player. Mitchell knows how to break tackles and kick goals. What he doesn't yet know is how to handle everything else that comes with being a rugby league star in Sydney: the adulation, the focus, and the fierce barbs. The attention on Mitchell has gone to another level since he blitzed the Tigers in a stunning performance in Round 8. Sponsors, media and fans are all wanting a piece of him, as is his family. And this is where Robinson will get more involved. He will have to teach him to look away when the praise is flooding in or the criticism is significant. It's not easy in this age of social media. Everyone has an outlet for an opinion. Robinson can't call on his time as a player to guide Mitchell. Robinson never reached those heights, but he has more than reached that level as a coach. 2 premierships have made him the rising star of the coaching ranks. He also bottomed out when the club crashed to second last in 2016 after Mitchell Pearce lost his way on Australia Day and spent 8 weeks on the sidelines. Mitchell went through more than most will know in the lead-up to the Origin opener. He dealt with the matters well, but it still used up considerable emotional energy. What we forget is that he is a 21-year-old man who is the focus of his club and his family. Since this column first revealed his off-field issues with his management and that he was under pressure to join other clubs from sections of his inner circle, Mitchell has rarely been out of the news. On day one of the Origin camp, Mitchell said that he didn't want to talk contracts and the Roosters. He went on to do every interview required, even knowing he played below his best in Origin I. He answered questions with a smile. "I was exposed," he said. "But he has the fire to make good. That's always going to be there and I just have to go back and make good on what works for me," he said. "I'm cranky with myself. Everyone wants to win. I think we have something special here and all the boys want to make up for it." He was talking with Mom Patricia and Dad Matthew standing meters away. He had a long embrace with Patricia after the match. She is his strongest critic and biggest supporter. Before the game, Mitchell told Blues management to cancel his flight back to Sydney because he wanted to drive home with Mum and Dad. The Blues then told 2 of their staff from the Roosters, including Craig Fitzgibbon. He also spoke to Robinson on Thursday about how he was traveling. The Roosters had no issue with him heading home for a family visit. Former Wallabies coach turned England boss Eddie Jones has a word of warning for Queensland mentor Kevin Walters when it comes to Stubbs the Whisperer. "Keep him under control. I had to part ways with him because he wanted a bigger and bigger role and more of a say," Jones said. Stubbs' legend is growing following the Maroons' stunning victory in Origin I. This column has heard lots of stories about Stubbs. He used to drive South's players mad years ago, telling them about a board game he was inventing that was going to be bigger than Monopoly. It has not seen the light of day. Walters has been advised by Jones to keep him in check. "He certainly helped me with some part of my communication when it came to coaching," Jones said. "He made me look at things from a different angle. When you are a coach, you are trying to deliver a message and he has a different way of getting that message across. It's about taking a fresh approach and new ideas. He was good to work with for 12 months, but then he wanted more and more and we parted ways." NSW halfback Nathan Cleary had a serious debrief in the Blues sheds after Origin I. He was in deep conversation with NSW great Peter Sterling and his father and Panthers coach, Ivan. Then Brad Fittler joined in. Fittler had a longer, private chat with Cody Walker at the Blues' private function later that night, away from the prying eyes of the media after his debut. This is how good mates Damien Cook and Cody Walker got around the streets of Brisbane. They're brave individuals. They like dressing the same, and Walker even wore this get-up when he received his Origin rookie medal from Don Fraser. Andrew G. was spotted at the unveiling of Ellen Langer's statue outside Suncorp Stadium on Tuesday. G., a former Broncos official, quit the club in 2014 after he was found to have used $98,000 without approval from the Broncos Leagues Club. The money was later repaid, but G quit as the NRL launched a salary cap probe into the club. Pictures NRL stars, then and now.